Virgo, put everything else aside and pay close attention. Your meticulously planned life, scheduled down to the minute, is coming to an end. Starting August 2025, you are entering a 14-year corridor of total transformation that will rewrite your destiny. Forget old rules, old incomes, and old expectations. Until 2039, you will live in a completely new reality, and its foundation is being laid right now. Prepare for the most significant astrological event of your generation, the ingress of Neptune, the planet of higher intuition, mysticism, and vast, almost irrational wealth, into your 8th house. This isn't a sector of your personal earnings, but rather one of colossal capital, partners' money, investments, inheritances, development loans, and assets. For 14 years, Neptune has blurred your partnership sector, causing you to idealize others and often sacrifice your financial interests. This period of illusions is over. Now its full power is shifting to a sphere where your analytical mind and attention to detail will merge with the flow of universal abundance. Simultaneously, Saturn, the planet of karma and structure, will firmly establish key, strategically important alliances in your life. Your years of diligent work, your meticulousness, and systematic approach, none of it was in vain. You've been building a foundation. Now, upon this foundation, Neptune will erect a skyscraper. This isn't about a salary increase, it's about a quantum leap, a business that will skyrocket thanks to investor funds, a prenuptial agreement that makes you a co-owner of an empire, an inheritance that transforms your entire family's status. The shock you must prepare for is the sheer scale of it. The universe will demand that you stop thinking like an employee and start thinking like a capital owner. Are you ready to embrace this challenge and welcome substantial wealth into your life? Write in the comments, "I am ready for financial transformation," to declare your decision to the universe. So, your decision is made. This readiness is your primary asset, because the first, most crucial phase of this 14-year epic is already underway, and it demands not passive waiting, but active, meticulous construction from you. Until August 2025, you're not merely waiting for things to happen, you are building a dam that will channel Neptune's incoming financial ocean into your stream. Right now, every detail, every system you create will become a load-bearing structure for your future prosperity. Let's break down your action plan step by step, based on the planetary alignments currently working in your favor. The first architect of your future is Saturn, which until 2026 will be in Pisces, in your 7th house of partnerships. You already know it strengthens alliances, but how exactly? Saturn here demands crystal-clear honesty and legal impeccability in all agreements. Your task is to re-evaluate all your partnerships, both personal and business, through the lens of a long-term financial strategy. Forget handshakes and verbal promises. The time for illusions is over. Every agreement, every contract, even a marriage one, must be meticulously vetted by your analytical mind, down to the last comma. Who do you envision by your side in 2039? With whom are you ready to share not just success, but also responsibility for capital? Right now, you're not just choosing a partner, you're choosing a co-founder for your future empire. Cut ties with anyone who brings chaos, irresponsibility, or financial ambiguity. Your natural meticulousness is not a flaw, it's your primary karmic tool. Use it to build a circle of reliable, vetted individuals whose values and goals align with yours. This is your board of directors for the next 14 years. The second, equally important player is Uranus, the planet of revolutions and brilliant breakthroughs, which until 2026 will be in Taurus, in your 9th house. This is the sector of worldview, higher education, foreign lands, and expanding horizons. Uranus here will literally break down your old notions of how to earn money and what to learn. It demands that you step beyond your familiar profession and master something entirely new, perhaps even shocking to your circle. What does this mean in practice? First, invest in knowledge that will be worth millions in 5 to 10 years. These aren't just another set of marketing courses. These are certifications in artificial intelligence, fintech, biotechnology, international law, or digital asset management. Your mind is built for complex systems, so feed it with knowledge that is ahead of its time. Second, start thinking globally. Uranus in the ninth house erases boundaries. Study foreign markets. Consider opening an offshore account, purchasing property abroad, or investing in international funds. Perhaps your key investor or business partner lives on another continent. Start learning the language, culture, and legislation of a country that intuitively attracts you. Third, create intellectual property. Write a book, develop a unique methodology, patent an invention, or create an educational course at the intersection of several disciplines. Uranus favors innovators. What seems like just an idea today could attract colossal investments under Neptune's influence after August 2025. Understand this, Virgo. Saturn builds reliable ships, partnerships, while Uranus opens new, uncharted oceans. Opportunities for them. Your task until mid-2025 is to launch your fleet. This is a period where your systematic approach must merge with a readiness for risk and innovation. Don't expect quick money. Right now, you're laying not just a foundation, but a complex ecosystem that will work autonomously for you for many years. Every meticulously crafted contract, every new skill, every international contact, these are bricks in the wall of your future fortress. This work demands concentration and discipline, but it is precisely your superpower. Can you feel how these planetary energies are already shifting your mindset? Write in the comments, "I am building my financial empire," to solidify this plan on an energetic level and affirm your active participation in creating a new reality. Your financial empire has been designed, and its load-bearing structures, partnerships, and knowledge have been erected. But any structure is dead without the energy to set it in motion. Any kingdom is meaningless without a ruler ready to claim the throne. Right now, on the eve of Neptune's great financial deluge, the universe is handing you the scepter and orb. This is about your social triumph, your career, and how your name will shift from executor to leader. For this, two new powerful players are entering the stage: Jupiter, the planet of royal fortune and expansion, and Mars, the planet of will and strategic assertiveness. Until June 2025, Jupiter, the great benefic of the zodiac, moves through Gemini, your 10th house of career, status, and highest achievements. This is your moment to shine, a window of opportunity that opens once every 12 years to catapult you to the pinnacle of the social ladder. What does this mean in the most practical sense? Your voice becomes your primary financial instrument. Your ability to analyze, structure information, and convey it to others, which you've always taken for granted, suddenly acquires colossal value. Jupiter in Gemini demands that you speak, write, present, teach, and negotiate. Your number one task: become visible. Stop working in the shadows. All those projects you meticulously managed, all those brilliant ideas you shelved, now is the time to present them, and not just present them, but do so from a position of strength. In any negotiation about a promotion or partnership terms, forget the phrase, "I would like to." Your new mantra: "Given my contributions and strategy, I expect." Jupiter in the 10th house gives you more than just luck, it grants you authority. Use it to claim the position you've dreamed of, not just the one offered. Invest in your public image, update your resume to expert status, start a professional blog or channel, speak at conferences. Right now, the world is ready to hear you and pay for your expertise. This is the ideal time to monetize the intellectual property you created under Uranus's influence. Your unique methodology or book could take off precisely now, bringing you not only money, but also a prominent name. But authority alone is not enough. You need willpower and precise calculation. And this is where Mars enters the game. From late 2024 to mid-2025, it will perform a complex maneuver that will become your secret military operation for seizing power. First, Mars will enter Leo, your 12th house of secrets, behind-the-scenes maneuvering, and inner preparation. This is not a time for open battles. This is a time for sharpening your sword in silence. You will feel a colossal surge of ambition, but it needs to be directed inward, not outward. What does this mean? Working through the last fears and doubts that prevent you from asserting yourself. creating a step-by-step career plan for years ahead. Gathering information, finding competitors' weaknesses, conducting secret negotiations. You are the grey eminence preparing for your triumphant emergence. And then Mars will move into Cancer, your 11th house, the sector of like-minded individuals, teams, and your board of directors that you so meticulously formed under Saturn's influence. And this is where active engagement begins. Your task is to mobilize your team. Your success in the next 14 years is not a solo project, it's the result of synergy with the right people. During this period, you will lead your partners, investors, and allies. Conflicts, disputes, and tests of resilience are possible. Mars will put your circle through a real stress test. Don't fear this. It's a karmic cleansing that will weed out the last doubters and unreliable individuals, leaving only those who are ready to go the distance by your side. This is the final inspection of your army before the decisive battle for capital. Understand, Virgo, these transits are not isolated events. They are a unified, brilliantly orchestrated plan. Jupiter grants you the crown and the right to the throne. Mars provides you with the strategy and the army to conquer and hold that throne. The shock you will experience will come not only from Neptune's incoming wealth, but also from your own reflection in the mirror. The reflection of a leader, a strategist, an influential figure whose word has become law. Your analytical mind will finally find a worthy scale for its application. Are you ready to embrace this power and lead people towards a common goal? Write in the comments, "I am the leader of my new reality," to activate the energy of Jupiter and Mars in your life. Your leader's crown shines, your army is loyal, and your right to the throne is confirmed by the universe. But even the most powerful ruler cannot maintain power if their kingdom stands on shaky ground. You have designed an empire, but now you must become its chief engineer, its perpetual motion machine, and for this task, the most powerful, profound, and transformative force of the entire zodiac takes center stage. Pluto, the planet of power, regeneration, and the atomic energy of vast wealth. Starting in 2024, and for the next 20 years, it enters Aquarius, your 6th house, and this event surpasses in significance everything you've experienced before. The 6th house is your domain, Virgo. It's the sector of work, service, daily routines, systems, and health. For decades, you've honed your skills here, perfecting every detail, becoming an indispensable executor. And this is precisely what Pluto has come to dismantle. Its task is to create a nuclear explosion at the very core of your worldview, so that something entirely new can grow on the scorched earth of old habits. Forget the concept of work in its traditional sense. Your new job is not to work. Your new task is to create self-replicating and self-growing income systems. Pluto in Aquarius will compel you to make a painful but necessary transition, from being the world's best employee to the owner of the world's most efficient capital generation machine. How will this manifest in practice? Pluto is the higher octave of Mars. If Mars gave you the strategy for conquest, Pluto provides the technology for retention and multiplication. First, total automation and delegation. Your analytical genius is now needed not for reviewing reports or editing spreadsheets. It's needed to design a system that will do this without your direct involvement. Invest in CRM systems, AI-powered software, and the creation of digital funnels. Your natural meticulousness should be directed towards creating ideal technical specifications for a team or an AI, rather than manual execution. Pluto will demand that you release control over the process, retaining only control over the strategy. This will be challenging. Your perfectionist ego will resist. But this is precisely what will free up your time and energy for thinking on Neptune's grand scale. You must become an architect, not a foreman. Second, creating a passive income portfolio. The financial flow that Neptune will open starting in 2025 is not money for a new car or a luxurious vacation. It is seed capital. Pluto in the 6th house gives you a unique knack for the most advanced and systematic investment instruments. Your task is not just to invest, but to create a diversified, technologically advanced portfolio that will sustain you, your children, and your grandchildren. Study venture funds investing in biotech and IT startups. Aquarius, consider purchasing robotic manufacturing facilities or shares in software development companies. Create and patent your own digital products, educational platforms, applications, methodologies that will sell 24/7 without your operational involvement. Your job is to create the system once and then simply receive dividends and reinvest them. Third, transformation of health and energy. The sixth house also represents the body as a resource. Pluto here will make you realize that your health is the main asset of your empire. You can no longer afford burnout or working to exhaustion. You will need a colossal amount of energy to manage the new processes. Pluto will demand that you reassess everything: nutrition, daily routine, physical activity. Perhaps you will turn to the most modern diagnostic methods, genetic tests, or biohacking. You must transform your body from a working tool into a highly efficient energy reactor, capable of sustaining the vibrations of truly vast wealth and power. Understand, Virgo, Pluto completes your initiation. It integrates all planetary lessons into a single functional model. Reliable partners, Saturn will become your board of directors. New knowledge, Uranus will transform into patents and assets. Your leader status, Jupiter, will allow you to attract the best minds. And the financial flow, Neptune will become fuel for the machine you build under Pluto's guidance. The shock you must be ready for is the realization that your value lies not in what you do, but in what you create. You cease to be a function and become a source. Are you ready to become not just wealthy, but the creator of an autonomous financial ecosystem? Write in the comments, "I am the source of my abundance," to initiate this powerful Plutonian transformation in your life. Your ecosystem of abundance has been launched. It works. Capital flows with the predictability of a clockwork mechanism that you yourself created. And in this deafening silence, when the question of survival is settled, when all material goals are met, the last most important question of this 14-year cycle will arise before you. Why? Why do you need this power, this financial might, this perfectly tuned machine? And it is here that Neptune, upon entering your 8th house in August 2025, will reveal its true, higher nature to you. Neptune in the 8th house is not merely a treasurer, it is a high priest. Its task is not just to fill your treasury, but to consecrate it, to imbue it with a higher purpose. Once the initial waves of shock from the scale of opportunities subside, you will begin to feel a subtle yet persistent calling. This is a call for your wealth to become not an endpoint, but a tool for something greater. Money will transform from a goal into energy that you, as a wise ruler, must direct towards serving the future. This is the final stage of your transformation, from capital owner to dynasty founder. What does this mean in practice? First, you will begin to think in terms of legacy. Your meticulous mind, honed by Pluto to create systems, will shift its focus from personal enrichment to building a perpetual engine for your lineage. This will involve developing family trusts that will fund the education of your great-grandchildren. It will involve creating an investment fund whose mission is not merely to multiply wealth, but to uphold specific values. You won't just be buying assets, you will be building a portfolio that will serve as your family's financial and ethical code for 100 years to come. Your task is to create a structure that will outlive you and continue to benefit your descendants, providing them not just with money, but with an invaluable head start. Second, you will transition from philanthropy to visionary patronage. Neptune will dissolve the egoistic desire to simply be rich and replace it with the desire to be of service at the highest level. You won't just be writing checks, you will become a strategic investor in the future of humanity. Utilizing the knowledge gained under Uranus's influence, you will be able to fund precisely those scientific research or art projects that will change the world in 20-30 years. You will create scholarship programs for gifted individuals from underprivileged backgrounds. You will open schools where your unique, hard-earned methodology will be taught. Your name won't be on the Forbes list, but on the plaques of scientific laboratories, theaters, and universities. You won't consume luxury, you will create culture. Third, and most importantly, you will realize that your main legacy is not money, but wisdom. The most valuable asset you have accumulated over these years is the journey of your transformation itself. Your primary task in the final stage of this cycle is to document, systematize, and transmit the very technology of transforming an executor into a creator. Write a book, establish an exclusive club for successors, become a mentor for those just beginning this path. You will become living proof that a systematic approach and attention to detail can be combined with higher intuition and service. You will pass on not a fish nor a fishing rod, but the blueprints for the world's most perfect fishing rod factory. The final shock, Virgo, will not be the sum in your account, but a feeling of cosmic lightness. It will be the realization that you are not the sole owner of this capital, but its wise conduit and steward. Your perfectionist grip, which helped you build all of this, will finally loosen, giving way to universal trust and flow. You will understand that true wealth is not the ability to take everything, but the capacity to give much, changing the world for the better. Are you ready to become not just wealthy, but a legend whose legacy will live for centuries? Write in the comments, "My legacy changes the world," to declare your mission to the universe at the highest level. And now this day has arrived. Not like a bolt from the blue, but like a quiet, clear morning after a long storm. By 2039, you will look at the world through different eyes. Financial freedom will have become not a goal for you, but a given, a backdrop against which your true life unfolds. The anxious perfectionism that drove you forward will have given way to the calm confidence of a creator. You are the Virgo who looks upon the garden she has created and sees not weeds to be pulled, but the harmony of an ecosystem living by its own laws. Your influence is now measured not by your position or the numbers in your account. It resides in silence, in the decisions you make that alter the trajectories of lives and companies, in the wisdom that draws people to you who have built their own empires. You have become a point of support, a center of gravity for your world. But it is here, at the summit, that the final guidance awaits you. First, remember Neptune. Your main task is not to let the Plutonian passion for control and perfection consume the higher meaning. Your systems, funds, and assets are tools, not idols. As soon as you feel that the process is becoming more important than the goal, or the structure more important than the spirit, return to the water, to meditation, to art, to quiet walks by the ocean. Your intuition is the compass that will not let you get lost in your own grandeur. Second, your development now goes not outward, but inward. You have already proven everything to the world and to yourself. Now your growth lies in transmitting knowledge, in mentorship, in quietly contemplating the fruits of your labor. You no longer build, you preserve and guide. Your energy is needed not for new conquests, but for maintaining the fire you have ignited. The path from meticulous executor to dynasty founder has been traversed. You have accomplished the impossible. You have merged the earthly logic of Virgo with the cosmic intuition of Neptune. You are the living embodiment of the alchemical marriage of matter and spirit. You are your own greatest legacy. Now, looking back on this entire journey, speak the final, most important word to yourself and the universe. Write in the comments, "I embrace my new destiny," to forever close the door on your old life and enter the era of your true power.